LSU's not beating Alabama, Will. You can forget. You can forget. You can forget. Alabama hasn't watched LSU in like a lot of years, Will. Woe tide on that, Will. Hey, good morning, it's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on LouTube today. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it also, and two, in addition to that as well. LSU, now I did a live stream the other day, and at the end of the live stream, I said, okay, you guys that are still watching in the comment section, let me know what video do you want to see next. You want me to do some kind of straight edge video, top 10 players in the SEC, something with stats and whatever, or you want me to do a trash talk video? They said trash talk video. So okay, tell me which team, whichever team y'all pick, that's the team I'll do the trash talk video on. They said LSU. So corn dogs, this video is for you. Now listen, it seems like it wasn't that long ago LSU was a pretty good team. Remember that? Yeah, Nick Saban for a while, won a national title. He leaves, Les Miles comes in, chews on grass for a couple of years, wins a national title. Now people say, well, yeah, we won a national title, Lou, but it was with Nick Saban's players. Well, listen, he still won a national title. He sticks around, kind of up and down, up and down. 2011 comes around, right? You guys remember 2011? I think it was 2011. If I'm wrong, a million people will point it out in the comment section and tell me I'm an idiot. But 2011, I think that was the year Alabama and LSU played in the regular season. It was like the most boring game in the history of college football. The final score was like 6-3 or something like that. And then both teams finished the season ranked number 1 and number 2. This was the BCS days. So they matched them up in the national title game for a rematch of the national title. Of course, this sent the rest of the country into a complete tizzy fit, crying about, oh, SEC bias and ESPN set this up. Alabama LSU rematch for the national title. The game was in New Orleans, wasn't it? Embarrassing. Basically a home game for LSU. These clowns didn't even show up, did they? You got beat, what was it, 21-0? You lost to Bama? And was that the game you never even crossed the 50-yard line? That's humiliating. Now, a couple of years ago, Georgia played Auburn, and they didn't even get a first down in the second half. But not crossing the 50-yard line for an entire game is absolutely humiliating and sad. So what was that, 2011? And you haven't beat Alabama since then. Since 2011. And you say, well, oh, Alabama's good. Yeah, okay, I get it. I know Alabama's good, but you're supposed to be LSU, though. Put all these players in the NFL year after year. So all we hear, LSU's loaded with NFL talent again. Patrick Peterson, and you go all the way up these last couple. Leonard Fournette. Darius Geis or Geechee or Geese, whatever the hell his name is, I don't know, I don't speak Italian. But point is, all these players can't beat Alabama, can't win the West, haven't beat Alabama since that national title. And I had somebody tell me, was it yesterday or the day before, I had somebody tell me that there are actually LSU fans who are still blaming that loss in 2011 for being terrible / mediocre in 2018. That can't be true. Les Miles, now listen. You guys get rid of, has there ever been a coach get fired, that got botched? Like that entire process, like what was that? You guys fake fired him in, 2014, whatever it was? Thought you were getting Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher gave you a couple of middle fingers, so then you told Les Miles you were just kidding. We weren't going to fire you. Bring him back for the next year just so you can fire him in the middle of the season, run him off. Ed Orgeron, interim head coach for that half of the season. And in the season, you make him permanent head coach. And this is what it tells me. This is all that tells me. You had no plan. You had no plan. Your only plan, listen, when you get ready to fire a coach, that's half the plan. The other half of the plan is, who are you replacing him with? You didn't have the other half of the plan. You promote Ed Orgeron, who's not a head coach, he's not head coach material in any league, much less the SEC. You promote him to interim head coach because you fire Les Miles and say, okay, fine, great. But that's where the rest of the plan is supposed to kick in. Have somebody to hire. You don't. You promote Ed Orgeron to head coach. This guy can't put a sentence together. You can't understand what the hell he's saying. He's like Waterboy's Daddy or whatever that Adam Sandler movie is with the guy with the hat on, and he, if I can remember, I'll put a clip in. I don't know. But the point is, how did it go from LSU winning 2 national titles this century, right, in the early 2000s, to now where you can't even get a coach? You can't even get a coach. Jimbo Fisher gave you 2 middle fingers and then took a job 2.5 hours away from you at Texas A&M. Now he gets to play you every year and most likely beat you. Why? Does Texas A&M have better players than LSU? No. But they got a better coach, and I'm no Jimbo Fisher fan, but Ed Orgeron don't know what the hell he's doing. You bring in, what was that offensive coordinator LSU brought in last year? This was going to change the game. Here, we're bringing this guy in. You guys were 11 players on offense, but you guys are bringing in this offensive coordinator that's somehow going to move 13 players in motion pre-snap on every play. People didn't know what the hell they were doing. It was like one of those whack-a-mole games. This tight end popped up over here. This wide receiver. Your own offense didn't know what the hell was going on. You know good and damn well Ed Orgeron didn't know what the hell was going on. But that was going to be your answer, though. Because God knows you've had no offense for years now. But that was going to be the answer. That didn't work out. He couldn't get along personally or professionally. That was the rumor anyway. With Coach O, Ed Orgeron. Probably should have fired Orgeron, kept that guy. You keep your defensive coordinator, though. Great. That's amazing. You put a bunch of defensive players in the NFL last year. More breaking news. No one cares. The SEC is a college league. Doesn't matter how many players you're putting in the NFL. You can't win the games that matter. You lose to Troy last year. That's absolutely embarrassing, humiliating, and sad. There is no excuse, reason. I don't want to hear anything from the corn dog fans about losing. Oh, but Lou, we came back from 21 down and beat the Barn. Congratulations. You can brag over beating the Barn in a meaningless regular season game, just like idiot Barner can type in the Uncle Lou section about winning the November championship by beating Georgia and Alabama in 2 meaningless games in November. Means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Okay, now, LSU this year, what's going to happen this year? You don't know who your quarterback's going to be. You bring in a dud from Ohio State who couldn't cut it. You're talking about a guy that's at Ohio State that was so bad he couldn't even pass J.T. Barrett on the depth chart. You bring this guy in, but you don't even know if he's going to be the starter. You've got like 4 quarterbacks who are like neck and neck, so you don't know who's going to be the quarterback again. Listen to this now. Listen to this. You're talking LSU. You had Leonard Fournette for years. You had Darius Geis for years. All these great running backs. LSU doesn't return a single running back this year that scored a touchdown, ever. You don't have a single running back on your roster that's ever scored a college touchdown, ever. Oh, but Lou, we got NFL receivers. Yeah, you always got NFL receivers. What's the last decent quarterback you had? Jamarcus Russell? Jamarcus Russell? Really? Oh, yeah, Zach Mettenberger. Yeah, Georgia kicked him off the team. You took him in. He's probably the best you've had, honestly. Zach Mettenberger is probably the best quarterback you've had at LSU in the last 10 to 15 years, not named Jamarcus Russell. And that's pathetic and sad. You come into Athens with Zach Mettenberger. We kicked him out for, what did he do? Sexually assaulted a woman or something. LSU said, no big deal. Come on down. You're the next contestant on lose to Alabama. So he goes there. He had an okay year. Shows up in Athens. Great game, actually. One of the most exciting regular season Georgia games I've seen in a long time. Back and forth game, high scoring. Georgia ends up winning that game something like, what was it, 42-38, 44-38, something like. Anyway, it was a great game. That's not going to be the case this year. Georgia's coming to LSU this year. We're going to absolutely bury you. Playing at Death Valley ain't what it used to be. Just ain't. Ask Troy. Was that your homecoming game, LSU? Was it? Tell me that was not your homecoming game. You lost to Troy. Not enough corn dog. That's pathetic. I mean, that's just absolutely sad. No offense. Most of your defense is in the NFL. You did keep your defensive coordinator. Kudos. I think, are you really, you're paying him $2.5 million a year? A defensive coordinator? But you still got Ed Orgeron as coach. I don't understand. Spend all this money on a defensive coordinator, but you can't hire a real coach. Ed Orgeron is a permanent interim coach. That's it. He's not head coach material. Everyone knows what's going to happen with LSU. You're finishing 5th in the West. 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alabama's finishing ahead of you. This is in no particular order. Alabama, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M are all finishing ahead of LSU in the West. That's just happening. You're not beating Georgia, so forget it. That's one extra loss you don't normally have because you're going to get humiliated by an East team. Please don't lose Dan Mullen in Florida, though. Please don't lose Dan, but you might. You might. Losing Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M will beat you. Mississippi State probably beat. Hell, you might lose to Ole Miss. You're just not any good. Let's just be real. You're just not any good. And even if you're somewhat good, there's just no way possible you're winning the West. I mean, could anybody besides Alabama win the West? I don't know. It's probably going to be Alabama, though. Whoa, Tar, woo! Whoa, Tar, woo! Did you say Alabama, woo? LSU's not beating Alabama, woo! The corn dog's not beating Alabama, woo! Listen, woo, listen. Do we still have Nick Saban, woo? He's 17 titles. Nick Saban, bad boy. Forrest Gump. LSU's not beating Alabama, woo. You can forget. You can forget it. You can forget. Alabama hasn't watched LSU in like a lot of years, woo. But whoa, Tide on that, woo. Whoa, Tide.